What? What? What'd you say? What? What'd you say? I can't hear you. Woo! She's cranky today. Cranky! Yeah, she's cranky today. Cranky. Very cranky. So just charging them up. Giving them their winter starts. I know, she's filthy. She's filthy. Hasn't been a while. No money for insurance right now, so here she sits. That's okay. So just had to give it a jump start. She fired right up. She always does. I don't think it's been a year since I started it. My old 352 Edsel. 1967 Ford F100 Ranger. The old Escort runs, but right now it needs a new battery terminal. So I'm just going through my cars right now before I get started back on purple again. Oh, purple. Started out an overheating problem. 4 thermostats and a radiator fan later, I decided it might have a leak in the heater core. So I pulled the dash out to get to that, which was no easy feat at all. As you can see, everything is unbolted here, and there's the heater box, in which contained, and you know, the AC's been having problems too, so I decided to go ahead and change both the AC evaporator and the heater core while I was in there. And I tell you, there's a bunch of videos. I'm not going to show you how to do that because there's a bunch of videos on YouTube on how to do this. Ain't none of them good. There's a few things they leave out. Like, in all the videos, they took the steering column out. I didn't have to do that. I just undid the shifter cable. See how it's back here in first. Get it out of the way. And unplugged the wiring harness. And that gave me slack to bring the dashboard forward. No need to pull the steering column out. That's another pain in the butt. And there's a lot of wiring plugs. A lot of wiring harness involved here. A lot of wiring harness involved. One thing the videos never showed that would have helped is I took, you know, there's 2 bolts on this side of the firewall, and under the hood there's 3 more bolts holding this box in. Well, there was a vent that was clipped onto the HVAC unit on the very bottom that was hanging me up. None of the other videos showed that. And as a matter of fact, here it is right here. This little doohickey was clipped on the bottom of the HVAC unit, and it was acting like an anchor, and that's why I couldn't pull it out. So 2 days later, I finally gave it a good tug, and what happened was I pulled one of the clips out and it broke loose. But so, I'll save this for very last to put back in. But yeah, I mean, there it is. It's amazing the amount of stuff that had to come out of here to get to this. And another thing, the console has this wiring harness, which is attached to the dashboard harness, and to get the slack you need to pull the dashboard forward, you have to unplug it from the module down there, as you can see where the other yellow plug is. But to do that, you gotta get the console out And I thought I could do this without pulling the console. So I dropped the dashboard and everything, and then come to find out I needed to take the console out. Which was no easy feat because the screws were all rusted up from drinks spilling on them over the years, as you can see right there. And there was a veritable rat's nest packed inside there too. But anyway, I had to take a drill to all the screws because they were all rusted, no heads left on them. The console even cracked a little pulling it out. That's okay, we might get another one. Or I might just put the sucker back in. But you can see where the screws were that I had to drill out. And yes, it cracked when I pulled it out. I guess I would have been in trouble if this was a customer's car. But really, as funky as this is, it could use to be replaced anyway. Also a wire on the back there that had to be unplugged for the lighter. So I'll probably give this a good scrub and then just kind of maybe zip tie it back in. So there's that. So yeah, I know I've got lots of trash back here. So here's what I've done so far to this car. Window unit, window regulator for the driver's side door. It's a big mama jama. That was $108 for the window, or the driver's side door window. Dual speed radiator fan. That was like $100 and something, because I noticed it wasn't blowing the way it should. These have a dual speed fan. It's one motor that blows at 2 speeds. And depending on your ambient temperature, whether or not you have the AC on, what speed you're driving, or if you're just idling, the computer decides which speed, or if any, to blow on the fan. So this was shot. Put a new one in. That was $100 and something. AC evaporator. There's the AC evaporator. Isn't that lovely? I thought that was a filter when I pulled it out. It's not. It's a layer of filth packed into the evaporator. And definitely this is where our problems with the AC were. As you can see along the bottom, that's all, that green is all stop leak that's leaked out of the AC evaporator from years of putting stop leak in the air conditioning. When I took it off, you can see that green. That's stop leak. And the air conditioner is just full of it. So, that had to come out. So that was $130, I think. And of course our suspect heater core, which I think has a leak at the bottom here. Regardless of whether or not it had a leak, as long as I was in there, I could get a step up on the air conditioner job and change that out. So that probably is a leak at the bottom. It was losing water. It was losing water bad. So, as you can see there, brand new radiator fan. Back here is where the bolts were. Had to take the AC dryer out and the reservoir for the radiator and undo a whole bunch of, in fact, had to take the air box out. So I got all those parts in here. I was trying to remember what I did with the air conditioner evaporator. The dryer. It's in this pile of crap somewhere. Yes, I know. I need to go to the dump. In the worst way. But that might not happen for a while because the county won't give me a dump sticker since this truck is registered in the other county. Closest dump is in Port Arthur. Anyway, we'll get to that when I have insurance on this truck. The insurance is expired right now, so I'm not going to drive it. Don't need that hassle. So, Cranky's running good though. She's running real good. I got the booster turned off right now. I think, isn't it? Yeah, it's off. Yep. So I'm about to get back to work and put the dashboard back in purple. She needs a valve job. Alright. So, I'll post updates. So, what we got so far, and it's got a new radiator from when it went in the shop to get a new torque converter. I had to take it to a transmission shop because I don't have a lift here or the means to drop this motor out and change the torque converter. So, they put a new radiator in it while they were there, and I put the new radiator fan in. We've gone through 4 thermostats, which are right under the cap. New AC evaporator, new heater core. Problem was, I changed the thermostat, it'd run cool. Everything would be fine. And drive it down to the store, and then on the way back, it would start heating up again. And I was thinking, okay, it's the thermostat. Because I just checked it out. It had water and fan and everything. Well, no. That's where I was mistaken. After 4 thermostats, I realized what was happening was the motor was heating up. And these new thermostats go bad when they get hot. If you overheat them and drive them hot, it will kill the thermostat. So that's why I went through 4 of them. So it actually wasn't the thermostat. It's something else. And I noticed every time I got home, it was at least a gallon low on water. So I'm thinking, okay, leak. But there was no steam, no leaking, no dripping. But I could smell antifreeze coming out the vents, which is why I yanked the heater core out. Anyway, I'll get it back together and post an update soon. Bye for now.